Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock Expert Mode. Yep, the mod farm's still ticking away. I expanded the box area here. Vampiric Enderman. That doesn't sound good at all. So down here is where I'm going to keep all the generic stuff. Oh, I got a heart. Nice. I have a lot of gunpowder and rotten flesh, and I have a lot of arrows and bones. So what I want to demo is something I learned about Agricraft. Now I'm sure that you all out there are probably like, well, why hasn't he ever figured this thing out before? It's like totally obvious, but for all the times I've been playing it, I didn't know this. So let's say I have a product like carrots, right? Well, I can go ahead and I can analyze them, and eventually, as this picks through, let's take a look at the carrot seeds. So let's pick out the best of the carrot seeds. 3. Okay. So let's pick out 2 of the strength 3 carrot seeds. All right. So then we're going to need some crop sticks. So this is burn. Yeah, might as well burn all this down and make crop sticks. Okay. So what I learned is that, let's do it over here, is that you can use bone meal to force an expansion into a neighboring crop stick. So let me load these guys up and start out with the original 2 carrots. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone meal and bring this up to mature. And normally what you would do is you just let this expand on its own, and so on and so forth. But if you right click on an empty crop stick next to a mature plant, it's going to expand it, right? And so then if I have 2 mature plants, it's going to give it the ability to upgrade. So I can just go through and basically making sure that I always do a crop stick that has 2 neighbors. With that, I have a whole field. So let's go through and gather up all these carrots and throw all the seeds into the seed analyzer. Bink, 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 and thanks to the automation, those are just going to suck right through. So let's check out on the other end. Done, done, done. Okay. Well, now we're up to, well, I see a 516. I see a 616. So we basically got 3 levels worth of growth in about, 30 seconds. So I can go through and basically do the exact same thing here. And so that's how I bred up. I now have 10, 10, 10 seeds. I have a 10, 10, 10 sugarcane, and I use that to make myself a barley. So this is actually just at level 1. I haven't done it to the melon yet, but yeah, so given that I now have like a bajillion bones, I see no problem burning down the bones for bone meal and then doing this accelerated cash in. So I'm not even sure that the watering can works this fast. I know the watering can's for free, but bone meal has no value to me right now. So let's do this and run through another cycle, and then I'll show you what I've been doing with the grinding. As okay, did I get everything? Great. So everything back in the analyzer. All right, so it looks like that didn't run that run didn't expand anything. I think the issue might be the gain factor. So it's one thing to have growth. Growth is the speed at which the products expand. The gain is what is going to give it the random ability to crossbreed. So I think that there might be the same effect, yeah, in upgrading levels. So let's just for kicks, I want to make sure I can do this one more time. All right, let's get the sugar cane out of here. It's not much use for them now. And yep, now we're up to a 758. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So with that, I'm probably going to work on this 759. Yep, I'm going to work on this in between episodes and get the carrots up, get get some additional seed types up beyond barley, and start working my way towards some of the advanced seeds in Agricraft. So over here, I kind of tweaked the RF power network here. So what I ended up doing was building another survivalist generator and 2 autonomous activators. And this one is set up to do a right-click place of compressed cobblestone. So the autonomous activator is actually extremely cheap in my perspective. So 1 chest, 1 piston, redstone, which is just redstone and a piece of gold, and then 2 tin gears, which I'm just swimming in tin. And what this is doing is dropping the compressed cobble down into the center here, where it's being hit, well, by nothing. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to accelerate the production of the compressed hammers using this forestry work table. So this is something that I found when I was working with regrowth. I hadn't really used the forestry mod that much, but what this does is it saves the last 9 recipes that you create, and then a shift right click will lock the recipe. So if that's something that you want to make sure that it's something you haven't used in the last 9 but you still want it to stay, that's how you can keep it. And so it has an internal inventory that you can dump things into in order to produce items. So what we're going to do is I have some oak wood in here, so I can just click the sticks, and I need to make 18 sticks. And so with 18 sticks, I can make 9 stone hammers, and with 9 stone hammers, I can make 1 compressed cobblestone. So like that, I can make a compressed hammer very easily, drop that into this autonomous activator, boop, and that's going to start grinding down the, well, let's make sure I have some power. Yep, these are working fine. And that should start grinding down this, this piece of compressed cobble. There we go. So now you can see that it's breaking the block and spitting the gravel up above, where eventually it will fall down in between placings and drop into the hopper and dump all this gravel out here into this chest. So once I have 9 of these, I've been going through and doing some AFKing and just doing some grinding here in the heavy oak sieve with some compressed gravel, and as a result, I've I have filled this entire golden chest with junk. So I have a lot of broken ore that needs to be combined and ground down. I have yellorium in here. I have a lot of flint. I have a lot of coal. I've been trying to combine these down. Yep, so let's take take all of our coal and combine it to 999, or to yeah, to stacks of 9 coal. There we go. And so that's been working out pretty well. And as a result, I have 28 diamonds, which I think is just ridiculous. So over here, I made a compacting drawer. So this is a pretty useful, cheap item that does some auto combining. So in this case, 2 pistons, a lot of smooth stone, and then some storage drawers, which is very simple. It's it can be, let's see, let's bring up the storage drawers mod, storage drawers. So the simplest is this oak drawer, which is just wood and a chest. And that'll allow you to create this compacting drawer, which anytime you put normal items into it, there's basically 2 levels of compacting that it can do. So I primed it with compressed cobblestone. So 9 compressed make a double compressed, and it knows how to break the compressed cobblestone down into 9 cobblestone. So hooking this up to the cobblestone generator means that this guy is going to get a continuous feed, and we can see that it's ticking a little bit, and yep, so it's going to get a continuous feed of cobble and basically just keep combining and combining. So we're up to 515 double compressed cobblestone just from doing nothing. And so I can just come over here and grab a couple stacks of double compressed, throw it in the Autonomous Activator, and it can go and do its business. So now, once I had cactus, so I got the cactus from cactus seeds from grinding down sand in the barrel, and so I decided to make a old-fashioned cactus farm, which is basically a piece of sand, a piece of cactus, and a for lack of a better term, a growth blocker. So anytime, so a cactus cannot exist adjacent to another item, and so when this cactus grows, it's going to attempt to grow 1 level up, and it's going to hit this this half slab and basically break the growth. And all these pieces are then going to fall down in the water channel and get picked up by the hopper. So right now I have a stack and a quarter of cactus, which yeah, I don't know what I'm going to need it for, but cactus is pretty good at creating pipe sealant and coloring and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just going to let that passively grow. And so once I had a lot of trees growing down here, a couple of clippings, I just ended up making a whole mess of copper shears, and just going around and clipping all these leaves, throwing them in the hopper, and out comes a lot of dirt. So I still have a stack and a half of dirt. So I decided I was going to make an animal farm, just actually a grassy area using grass seeds that came out from sifting. And well, it just so happened the stuff started spawning out here. So I had some cows and they fell over the side, and so I decided, all right, I'm just going to fence everything in. And so as a result, I have well, I have 1 pig and 1 sheep. Well, that's not going to cut it because I need at least 2 to grow a herd. But I also want to make sure I don't have too many animals, so that stuff still randomly spawns, which is why I'm not growing the chickens quite yet. But with the shears, you can just come over here, right-click, and out comes wool. So that's a pretty good wool source. Pigs are just going to be for producing food, so I don't really need a lot of pigs right now, but I could use the cows for their leather and the milk that they can provide. So that's sort of where I am right now with the crafting and the base building. So I've paused the Tinker's Smeltery expansion, and yeah, so I think I'm just gonna have to build up my automation as the next step. And so I was doing a little bit of exploration, and then I found over here in the inventory screen we have a guide. And so I didn't realize it, but they kind of let you know they gave some, well, guides for power production. So if we go to power options here, so it turns out, hey, they recommended the survivalist generator. So I already got one of those. Hobbyist generators, what their next tier is, which is going to basically produce 20 RF per tick. Peat fired, I'm not that interested in making peat, and at that point, I think we're ready to. All lava power generation has been disabled. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Good thing I read that, because otherwise I would have started making lava generators, especially since we have crucibles. So what I really wanted to try was to go down the IC2 path. So I've never played with the IC2 mod before. It looks pretty interesting, pretty simple. It's got a different power production system than the RF. It uses units of EU. So yes, they're convertible between the two, and I think it's not that difficult to get started. So now that I had the rubber trees, what I needed to do was start building up rubber bars. And so let me grab some charcoal and some coal and start burning down more of these raw rubber. And what I'd like to do is build up another one of these forestry work tables. One that will be specific to IC2. So chest, crafting table, book. So all I need is another crafting table. Great. And work table. Okay. So let's put it right here. And so let me grab some of these guys that I think I'm going to need to get started. Yes. So let's throw these guys in. Let's throw in the rubber bar. And alright, now I think I actually have everything I need to get started. So I grabbed some of the rubber bars, tin, copper, and iron. And that should be enough to get started, because I think that the first step is going to be making the IC2 generator. And I think to do that, alright, I think I just left one thing behind. So I'm going to need to make the iron furnace, iron plates, RE battery. So for that, I need to grab my hammer, which should be hanging around one of these chests. Here's the forge hammer. Okay, throw this guy in. And let's start with the furnace. Okay, so iron furnace is going to require iron plate and regular furnace. So let's grab a stack of double compressed cobblestone, throw that in, and the beginning formula then will be this for a furnace. Okay, so with the furnace, we also want to make a iron plate recipe. So that will be the forge hammer with 2 pieces of iron. And then all together, we'll need 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a forge makes a iron furnace. Got it. Okay, and so with the iron furnace, we want the next tier up. Let's get back to the generator. Okay. So iron furnace, iron plates, RE battery. All right, so the RE battery is going to require, oh, there's the electrotine. Okay. And tin item casing, as well as insulated tin cable. So tin cable is going to need tin plate and a cutter is going to be iron and iron ingots. Okay, so let's do one of those. Can I make that here? Iron, iron, iron. All right, I don't think it's going to let me do that here. Interesting. There we go. Okay. Well, now I can make cutters, so let's get back to the, go down the chain here. So RE battery, tin cable. So let's make a tin plate next. So we'll need tin and the forge hammer. So tin. Okay. And so that will require tin and the rubber bar. Whoops, sorry. Let's go back a step. So that'll be the cutter and the tin. Okay. Got it. Now we can do the tin and the rubber bar, and that'll make our tin cables, insulated tin cable. And then next we will need the tin casing. So that's just a forge and a single tin plate. Okay. Forge hammer, tin plate. Whoops, we'll need to grab one of those again. Casing. Shoo. Okay. So let's lock these guys with right clicks. And at that point, we should be able to make, I need electrotine. So let's make a couple more of these guys. 1, 2, which means, yep, so I can just load up here on the items. Great. And let's grab that electrotine, which I think I was keeping over here. Okay, so I have 11 of it from sifting. So throw you in here. Generator. 1 RE battery. Alright, so it's going to remember the formulas for RE batteries. So when I'm ready to make generators, let's find that formula again. Yep, so let's see, iron furnace, iron plates, so let's make a couple iron plates. And done. Alright, so now we have our first IndustrialCraft generator. Awesome. So at this point, I guess I could throw it down here. And if I recall, it needs to burn coal to start. I don't know how efficient it's going to be. Let's grab regular coal. How much? Yeah, so I have a couple blocks of it left. And let's just throw it in the start. Okay, so that's going to build up a buffer. And what I want to do is have some way to store it. So, from what I was reading, what I'm going to want next is to look at a bat box. So the bat box here, bat box 200. Okay, so that's going to require 3 of these RE batteries, plus planks, plus more tin cable. So that is not difficult now that I have these formulas built out. So let's get back and see if I can make, well, I just need 3. Okay. 1. Okay, so I need a lot more plate. Okay. One. Okay. Tin plate. At this point, I think I'm going to need another forge hammer. Whoops. Okay, so back to the treated wood. Oh, here's my treated stick. And good. Forge hammer. Back to here. There we go. So a couple more plates. Then a couple more of these. Then I should be able to make, yep, there's number 2. And number 3. Awesome. So then back to the bat box. And I just need another insulated tin cable and a bunch of planks. So let's grab the tin cable. And over here I should have planks. No, I have a lot of oak though. Let's throw that in here. Back to here and... Alright, I guess it's not going to auto-detect. There we go. Storage capacity. Great. So throw that on top. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look. Stored. Okay, so now we're storing EU power here. It looks like I can only get up to 40,000. Okay, so this is already burned out. Okay, so coal's not going to last very long, it looks like. Either that or there's yep. Either that or I waited too long in making the bat box and that block of coal burned down. But I can throw another block of coal in. As you see, I have 38 of them, and that'll work out pretty well. So at this point, I think I just need to, yep, charge this guy up. I'm going to make a, let's take a look at my cable options at this point. So copper cable are going to handle 128 EU per tick. Gold is 512 EU per tick. Insulated gold, same amount. High voltage, 2048. I don't think I need to go too crazy right now, other than I want to avoid tin. So, gold looks like it's just going to be pretty easy here. So, do I have any? I guess I would be over here if I did. So, that should be more than enough. More than enough for me to get started. So everything's locked. Great. So doot. And let's go with a couple of these. at which point $16 should be enough for me to get going. So let's throw it down here. Oh, do I need... Oops, that's not what I want. So let's get rid of this survivalist generator and throw the wire down to here. And out the back should be power, but maybe... Nothing. Okay. Let me see if I need insulated cable. So rubber, and a gold bar. Let's put that back in. 3, 4. It doesn't seem to want to attach here off the back. So let me do a little bit of research and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I figured out the power conversion process. So what I'm going to want is a electrical engine from forestry. And so from here, it's tin ingots, glass, another piston, plus some tin gears. So let's grab one of our pistons, which we'll need to once we get the redstone back out. So let's grab that. Redstone in, piston out. Okay. Then we'll need the electrical engine and head back down. Now, where I am going to run into a problem is, let's grab these guys. So this will take EU power in, and it's going to need a redstone signal. So I can do that with a simple lever. So let's get some wood here. Doot, 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 doot. Good. And throw that in up here with a power on. Okay. And so now we're going to need an output type. So it can process... Oh, no fuel. So... Okay, that's draining, but it's not actually powering anything. So let's turn that off. Next question is... Okay, so I'm going to need to have some cable, or maybe I'll do it this way. So I will align the... Okay, knock you down. So let's align the redstone engine to point at the autonomous activator. And then we'll throw in some of the gold cable here. Okay. And then we will use a lever here to power the engine. So the engine will then start to convert and produce RF power from the bat box, which is being powered from the generator, which is currently out of fuel. So from there, there's no... Okay, let's turn that off because there is no hammer anymore. Alright, so back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make 16 of these. Then hammers and compressed hammer. Great. So with the compressed hammer and powering the engine on, we're now breaking down the blocks with EU power, converting into RF power. Awesome. All right, with that, I'm going to call this an episode. I'm going to try to make some flux duct in between episode. That'll allow me to expand the RF side of the generator. And I'll need to make some circuits with electron tubes for the input side to increase the EU efficiency of the generator. So I think that'll get me on my way. Unfortunately, I'd like to try to do a water wheel. Unfortunately, the water wheel itself is very simple with treated wood. The dynamo, unfortunately, is not. So the kinetic dynamo in expert mode is going to require electrum wire coil, which, as you can see, is a tremendous amount of electrum ingots, as well as a high voltage capacitor, which actually in itself doesn't look that difficult. Actually, I should be able to make one of these already because I've got lead and electrum. So that'll allow me to store the RF power on the production side for when I'm ready to work with it. Okay, not a bad idea. Steel. Okay. Well, fortunately, I have a little bit of steel built up here, 19 ingots, so I'm going to have to start producing a lot more. And so, if you could, please leave a comment or a like, and let me know how I'm doing. And please feel free to toss any tips my way, or things that I could be doing differently. And I will see you next time in Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock Expert Mode. Bye!